Honorable Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Nabaliw na nomiti ko raw na matagnisingan ni Kua, Deputy Prime Ministers,
This morning.
fellow honorable members of this August House, of course, the university students from the University of Fiji, final year students, and members of the public here in Parliament, joining us virtually through live stream media. Bulabinaka, namaste, and a very good morning to you all. Mr. Speaker, the story of Fiji is not only written in books. It lives in tangible heritage found across our islands. We see it in places like Muda village in the Konrobe, expressed through the masi and cloth, in your beautiful island Kambara, Kavin to Komete or Tanoa, or in the Asao Islands, sang in its Mecca or Bagamalol. It is a story passed down through generation, a scared trust that connects our past to our future. To witness this, Mr. Speaker, is to understand that what we are seeing and enjoy is more than culture. It is our identity. It is our dignity. It is the economic foundation for communities whose creativity is uniquely and powerful Fijian. This heritage is the soul of our nation, and it is with profound responsibility to protect it that I traveled to Singapore last month, determined to ensure that on the global stage, Fiji's voice would not only be heard, but heeded. From the 25th to the 29th of August, I had the honor of leading Fiji's delegation to the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, Regional Dialogue. I was ably accompanied by my former ambassador, Mr. Dokonivalu, who is a consultant with the Ministry of Justice, and our Deputy Solicitor General, Eliasa Tuiloma. Together, we engaged with WIPO partners at the Regional Dialogue and its purposeful bilateral discussion with the Singapore institution across law, justice, and home affairs. Mr. Speaker, the center of message we carried was this: our traditional knowledge, our art, our music, these are not relics of the past. They are dynamic economic assets for our present and future. Thanks to the sustained support of partners like WIPO, the small island states like Fiji are no longer on the sidelines of the global intellectual property conversation. We are active architects, bringing our unique priorities to the table. In Singapore, we affirm that Fiji and the Pacific family have moved from being observers to custodians, empowered to ensure our heritage is recognized, protected, and promoted on our own terms. The dialogue revealed a powerful and urgent truth. A robust intellectual property system is not a bureaucratic exercise. It is the key that unlocks the economic potential for our people's genius. I heard how SMEs across Asia are using IP to build global brands. And I thought immediately of our own creators and covers in Vanuatu, the home of my late colleague, Vati Mirayan. The designers in Suva and the organic farmers in the highlands. Their ingenuity is the engine of a new, diversified Fijian economy. But without modern protection, it is vulnerable to being copied, stolen, and commercialized without their consent or benefit. This brings me to the critical national priority, Mr. Speaker, the modernization of the Fiji Intellectual Property Office, or what is commonly called FIPO. The current system is not equipped to meet this moment. We are serious about protecting the wealth inherent in our culture and innovation. FIPO must therefore be transformed. Mr. Speaker, sir, in our last year's budget, there was only 5 positions: an administrative officer, executive officer for trademarks, clerical officer doing receiving, and 1 clerical officer for assurance. In this year's national budget, we have a position for Director FIPO, 1 for administrative officer, another for executive officer trademarks, 1 clerical officer for receiving, 1 clerical officer for assurance, and clerical officer search, and 3 graduates interns from Ministry of Civil Service. Mr. Speaker, what I have found out that in the last 20 years, FIPO has not grown. When we left government, when we came back, it was as it was before. It's a coalition government that recognizes the talent, the knowledge, and the imperative to expand, and we have done that with the appointment of our director in the coming months. For FIPO, it must be dynamic, digitally enabled institution that does not just register rights, but actively empowers or creates and safeguards our traditional knowledge and traditional cultural expressions from misappropriation. And I take note, and I thank FNU for holding the workshop last week in terms of traditional knowledge. And I invite academic institutions to continue to work in collaboration with the Itoke Affairs in this area. This is not just about preservation. It's about ensuring that the economic benefits derived from our heritage flow back to the communities. Beyond the WIPO regional dialogue, the bilateral engagements were equally transformative. At the Singapore Ministry of Law, we witnessed the future of justice, e-litigation, platforms, and AI-assisted tools that make the system faster, cheaper, and more accessible. This is not a model we will copy, Mr. Speaker, but a powerful inspiration for our own digital system reforms. At the Singapore Ministry of Home Affairs, observe the correction system built on profound belief in redemption. By focusing on skills training, counseling, and genuine rehabilitation, they are breaking the cycle of reoffending. This human-centered approach aligns with our Fijian values of compassion and giving a second chance. It is a model that we will explore, adapting to restore lives and strengthen our social fabric. Furthermore, the use of biometrics for secure yet seamless border control offers a clear vision for Fiji. As our tourism industry flourishes and our trade expands, such technology is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity for both national security and economic efficiency. Mr. Speaker, this visit yielded 3 concrete outcomes for Fiji. 1, a seat at the table. We have firmly positioned Fiji as a vocal leader in shaping global IP norms that are inclusive and equitable for developing nations. 2, a blueprint for modernization. We have returned with actionable insights to drive digital reform in our law and justice sector. And 3, a fourth partnership. We have laid the groundwork for formal technical assistance program with the Singapore Corporation Enterprise. The path forward is clear. My ministry will immediately begin work on 2 fronts. First, formalize partnership with Singapore, focus on digital justice and correction system. Second, and the most urgently, to prepare and to present to Cabinet within 6 months a comprehensive proposal for the modernization and strategic repositioning of the Fiji Intellectual Property Office. This will include the necessary legislative reforms, digital infrastructure, and the funding model to make FIPO a world-class institution. Mr. Speaker, I return from Singapore with crystal clear conviction. Fiji may be a small dot on the world map, but our cultural footprint is vast. Our innovative spirit is rich, and the talent of our people is abundant. Our shared task is to build the institutions that protect these treasures, institutions that serve our people with fairness, efficiency, and dignity they preserve. This journey is about more than policies and systems. It's about future we are building for the young girl in Buddha. It is a future where our creativity is not only honored, but protected, where her rights are safeguarded by a system that works for her, and where her Fijian voices echoes confidently across the globe. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I thank the Minister for Justice and Acting Attorney, the Honorable Siromi Turaga, for his statement.